Peter Irving. I'm from Guy's and St Thomas's Hospital in London, and joining me today is Dermot McGovern from Cedars-Sinai in LA.
At this year's Digestive Diseases Week, our group reviewed all the abstracts around diagnosis and prognosis. And a couple of things struck me. We've been waiting for a long time now for the ability to take genetics from the bench into practice. And I think we've seen some things at DDW this year that are really going to transform clinical care. So I think the first thing was the PANT study, the prospective anti-TNF study, and a number of things came out of that. But from a genetic perspective, the association of an HLA allele that 40% of Europeans carry with a high risk of immunogenicity is going to have profound effect on our clinical practice. If you're HLA positive for this risk allele, you are treated with infliximab, and you're on monotherapy, the fact that 90% of those people within a year will develop immunogenicity, I think is a very, very striking finding. The other abstract that struck me was thinking about not immunogenicity, but predicting response or non-response with an anti-TNF. And a very nice study from the Mayo Clinic took a very rigorous way of looking at non-response to anti-TNF, and we're able to identify genetic variants associated with that, and we're able to reproduce that in an independent cohort, and then combine it with some clinical factors, and able to show that that was a robust way of predicting who would not respond to anti-TNF.
And it's amazing actually that here at DDW we've not just had one study showing that genetics and pharmacogenetics will influence our practice, but two, because of course there was also data about the pharmacogenetics and risk factors for developing thiopurine-induced myelosuppression, also from the UK. So a variant that actually had already been described before in a South Asian population, NUDT15, was subsequently demonstrated also in a European population, and again showed that if you have this variant, then you have about a 50% chance of developing myelosuppression. It happens quickly, and particularly if it occurs in combination with a variant or a gene that we're already very familiar with, TPMT. And I think that's something, again, that will probably start to move into clinical practice very soon around the world. So that's what we're taking home today from DDW, that pharmacogenetics is finally making a hit.